Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a stream I think is going to be very mundane and very sad to the point that I'm not even sure where to begin. Judging from the title, you guys probably already imagined that this is about Chester Bennington. If you don't know who Chester Bennington is, he is, give me 1 second. Sorry, my cat was making a lot of noise. Chester Bennington was the lead singer of Linkin Park, and I am making this video because it's weird. I was sitting there, I was watching Game of Thrones, and I didn't really think anything was going to go on today. I didn't even hit you guys at the intro. Let me hit you guys at the intro real quick. Okay, get back to it. Chester Bennington is the lead singer of Linkin Park. And I was watching Game of Thrones, and I saw on Twitter and news that he had hanged himself and he had committed suicide. I couldn't think, in my head it didn't register right away. It was like, Chester Bennington, like what, like how, why, like what happened? And now I didn't read anything of why. I don't know if we even know the context of why he hung himself or why he committed suicide. It's strange. It's strange because out of all the celebrities I think I've ever encountered that oh god, my eyes, that have meant something to me, Linkin Park has been a part of my life for a very long time, as probably to some of you guys. When I was in first, second, third grade, I mean, they started coming out in the 1990s. With the greatest album, I think, Hybrid Theory, Paper Cut, and Crawling in My Skin, and all those great songs. You know, you had Mike Shinoda, you had Chad, and you had the little drum machine DJ guy. And I remember my brother first got Hybrid Theory, and he let me know. He was like, hey, this is Linkin Park, man. Like, listen to them. And I instantly fell in love. Linkin Park, everybody knew Linkin Park where I was. I lived in New Jersey in a small town called Edison, New Jersey. And it was interesting. It was interesting. And Linkin Park was so big back then. When I was a kid, like elementary school, Linkin Park was so big. Everybody knew who Linkin Park was. They were like that hardcore punk / metal, you know, and everybody respected it. Their songs grew on me more and more as I grew up. They always reminded me of New Jersey. I eventually went to school in New Jersey all the way up through middle school, and then I left to California. And even after I left to California, I always listened to Linkin Park and thought about New Jersey. And it was weird because I even followed Linkin Park's side off thing where Mike drifted off into his Fort Minor, and I respected them. Like, me and my brother were always into Linkin Park. Like, that was our thing. And then after Hybrid Theory, I think Meteora came out. And Meteora came with Numb, Breaking My Habit, a whole bunch of other songs. I can't think of the songs right now. And they all spoke to me. Linkin Park's albums really spoke to me. Until they get to Transformers, that's when things got a little iffy, a little bit more downhill, I think. But even still, they always created great music that really spoke to me as an individual, as a kid growing up. I used to watch these anime shows, and when I wanted to watch something more like a rerun or a certain fight, I would always go on YouTube and type in that anime music video, and then Linkin Park would always show up with their song and my favorite anime. Linkin Park was such a big part of my life, and in hearing today that Chester, like I said, I was literally sitting there watching Game of Thrones, enjoying my day, drinking beer, and I'm like, I have to make a video. I have to make a video. I have to stream this. There's no way around this. Like, I have to do it. I never saw them in concert, you know, and I kind of regret that because holy shit, I mean, they were amazing. I mean, even when they had their side off thing with Jay-Z, and even with all their faint remixes and the can I get an encore? Do you want more? Brooklyn Row with the Crooklyn Row for one last time. I want you all to roar. You know, when Jay-Z came out with that, the Linkin Park mashup, and even when they did their other songs, like I think one of my favorite songs that they ever did was you know, maybe I could play for you guys, you know, and maybe I won't get copyrighted. Because this song to me was one of Linkin Park's most beautiful songs I think they ever did. And I really had to play just a little bit of it. I mean, you guys probably already know this song.
I dreamed I was missing.
Now, I'm not going to play all this song, just because I don't want to get copyrighted in the video, but this is leave out all the rest. One of my favorite songs, other than Numb, Breaking My Habit, Crawling in My Skin, all the classic Linkin Park songs. They made really great songs, and while I was growing up, they were amazing. They were godlike. I mean, they truly were. And to hear that one of my favorite singers or bands that I grew up with, the lead singer, committed suicide, that saddens me. It really does, because a lot of great people we've lost in a couple of years. I mean, a lot of great people, a lot of great pop stars, singers. You know, you got Michael Jackson. You had we lost Whitney Houston. We lost great actors, young and old. But this really hit me hard, and this really hit my generation, I think, really hard. And what is to become of Linkin Park? I can only imagine the members and how they feel. You know, like, it's weird. Loss must be very weird and strange. Chester Bennington was, you know, I probably took it for granted when I was younger, but really shaped a lot of my childhood. Their songs, their music was really a part of me. And I wish now that I wish once in my fucking life that maybe I wish I would have gone and seen them. And I regret it now. You know, it just goes to show you nothing is ever granted. Life is very short. They said he committed suicide. I don't like the idea that they said he hanged himself, because that also reminds me of Robin Williams. He was a great American actor. Amazing. These are legends. You know, they always get, there's always something going on in their life, and we just fail to see it as human beings. And the next part I want to talk about is depression. I've been going through depression myself right now, because I'm a very lonely person, and my girlfriend went off to California for a week or something. But some people go through some serious depression, and I remember for a year I was going through a straight depression where I only played games. I was completely by myself doing nothing, and there's no way around depression. There's no way to fight it. You just got to go through the storm. But there's always ways to take medication. There's always ways to talk to people and express it. But sometimes we fail to see who's really hurting. You know, these are ordinary people who we look up to, and even them themselves are hurting. And they perform, they do grand things for us, all out of their efforts to do something grand. All I can say to you guys is, please, if you're going through the depression, please know that there's somebody there. There's always something there other than an out. I mean, believe me, I've thought about it 1,000 times. When I used to go to school in Los Angeles, when I used to live back home, even now, depression and suicidal thoughts are no joke, guys. It's something very, very serious, and it's something that we need to take more seriously in our country. There's organizations, there's people to help you through, there's friends, there's family. Listen, I'm going through a tough time myself. I'm working at a job I don't want to work at. I really want to get this YouTube stuff going, and I really want to express that. And I don't know much more what to say. You know, it's tough. It's rough. It blows my mind. You know, if you guys grew up with Linkin Park, you know, like whether you saw them through Transformers and how they always linked up, or whether you follow them through Fort Minor and back in their olden days and all their albums. I mean, they were incredible. And I was recently watching a documentary about how their sound has changed throughout the years. You know, I always wondered, why did they change so different? Why did they move in a certain direction? It's because, and I'm going to correlate this to something else, that they moved through time. Back in the time when they used to do metal and rock, it was awesome back then. They had different hairstyles, different clothing. You know, Chester had hair. Now when he was alive, he didn't have hair. You know, he had spiky blonde hair back in the day. And they wanted to move with the culture, and they were always moving. When I thought of Linkin Park, I thought of a space army moving through space. You know, I really want to show you guys. I really want to show you guys a. Can I add something here? Display capture. I just really want to show you guys. How can I do this? One of their first music videos from their original things they've done. I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I just want to show you. Park. Hybrid Theory. Their music videos were always something incredible to watch. And for a kid growing up, I remember their music videos and what they did for me back then. Oh man, I wish I can. I don't know if it's gonna show up. I really don't know if it's gonna show up. I don't think it is. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna show up. Let's just remove that. Okay. We're gonna have to. Oh, you can see the display capture behind the. Okay, behind the image. That's this big guy. Okay, so we'll do this. I really just want to show you guys a little tiny version of their music video that inspired me when I was younger. Let's do that. Actually, we'll keep this like that. Display capture. We'll make it small, right? That's all we gotta do. There we go. All right, perfect. I just want to show you guys basically the music video that I saw while I was younger. Suicidal thoughts and stuff, like I said, is something truly never to overlook. It's crazy. It's a trending topic right now. It really is, and I'm still at awe. You know, I see videos right now here, even on YouTube, of him when he's still alive. You know, live streaming and talking to people, and half of the time when these celebrities die, we're just like, what happened? You know, what went wrong? I'm not gonna play the music, like I said. I don't want copyright issues, but oh, look at Chester's hair back in the day, man. Look at these videos, like this one in the end, 7 years ago. This was uploaded through Linkin Park. I remember seeing, I could have sworn more years ago, but 7 years ago I would have been like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 14, 15. This was uploaded 7 years ago, but I'm pretty sure it was way before that. Look at him. He's so much different than he was. This music video, like I said, I'm not going to have the whole thing show, but the artistic value of Linkin Park and what it was before, who it was. Look at Mike Shinoda right now. Just those effects were grand back in the day. Like, just watching is taking me back to a whole nother level, and I can't even explain to you guys, like, all this really just was fucking amazing. You know, their hairs and stuff, like, that was a culture back then, and they were so much younger. They've been around for so long, and you know, all this is still part of history. This isn't even their great stuff. This is just in the end, you know, but you can never tell when things are for certain. You can never tell what's going to happen. Let's take a look at one of my favorite music videos. Well, this is another one. Their PTS of R.I.P. This is one. This is all about like machinery and stuff. It was another great one. It was like all animated, and this was the first thing I remember seeing from Linkin Park of anything. I remember my brother would show me this like 1,000 times. I forgot how we watched. I think we torrented this, but I used to watch this 1,000 times just because how incredible it was, and all this army of robots. Like, Linkin Park inspired me while I was younger. It really did, and on the next level, I can't even begin to explain. I know a lot of people were inspired by Linkin Park. I'm going to show you guys one more video. I believe Numb. Was it Numb? No, I'm sorry. It wasn't Numb. It was Breaking Habit. Okay. Breaking the Habit. I used to listen to this song in my mother's car, right? And on a, like, not even a Walkman, like a CD player, and on repeat. And I remember driving through, in Jersey, they don't have freeways, they have like turnpikes and like inner routes and stuff. So most of this you had to pay for. But like I said, I'm just gonna show you guys. I'm not gonna play the song too much. They always had that like fast beat into the song and stuff. But the animations that the guys had, like the graffiti type filters, and this one is interesting because it has a lot to do with well, a suicide. You know, it's really interesting. It's one of those that I really would consider you guys watching. Really go back in time and look at Linkin Park's old stuff and see how incredible they were. You know, especially Chester, the lead singer, and I can't imagine the friendship and the bonds he's had with so many artists and the people he was with. Um, it was incredible. It was very incredible. He was a very incredible dude. And like I said, suicide is not something to play around with. We all have a life to live. Please don't give it up so early. No matter what you think you may be going through right now, there's always something more at the end of the day. There's always something more that we could be doing. And I really want you guys to understand that. I love you guys, and I don't have a lot to say about the stream. I don't know much more other to say than Chester Bennington was an amazing artist, a grand artist, and I wish I could have gone to see him at least once, and now I may never get that chance again. I'm hoping that Linkin Park as a band pulls through. I'm praying that they get through it. I'm praying that the fans get through it, and I'm praying that, you know, that anybody that's going through depression takes this as something and is able to move through it. I love you guys so much. Please let me know if there's anything I could do for you guys. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of power in the world, but I do talk about broad subjects. I do tend to do different type things. I love you guys. I really do. And really just share the love, express the love to each other. I'm always here for you. My name is SpookieSTL, or Brandon for those of you who don't know me. Like, comment, subscribe. This is dedicated to you, Chester. May you rest in peace, and may the band of Linkin Park pull together and become something great from this. You know, it's a sad time. It's a time to mourn, but hopefully we can push past it. I love you guys. I'm taking this very heavily. I know a lot of my friends and my brothers and stuff are taking this heavily, so I love you guys. And just be safe out there. Make good decisions. At the end of the day, never forget to share the love. I'll see you guys in the next stream, the next video. Rest in peace, Chester Bennington.